Hello, welcome back to the Wednesday Ppm Stream, which stands for Peterborough Plastic Modelling Group. So, we've got a gallery tonight, so, hang on.
That's as far as it went.
We have a gallery tonight. So,
yes, we do. We have a gallery at 8 p.m.
So, if you haven't, post your pictures now before the gallery, before the show.
Please. Okay, I'm going to start off the chat. So we've got Panzer Carton who says meow. Meow, Panzer.
One.
Then he says, evening Lindsay, panel and chat. And now Ron's phone's going off.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm
trying to get...
As soon as you hit the live button, it all happens.
Yes.
Next in, we've got Athel who says, here we are again, bellies fed and watered, sun still shining outside, and the nerds are out in force on their motorbikes and scooters. Ah, well, best stop indoors and close the windows.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Athel says, oi, oi, Panzer, put it at.
Yes, hello, Athel. Yes.
We've got David Markin who says, evening, Lindsay. And then he says, evening, folks. He also says, hello, Panzer. And he says, hello, Athel.
Hello.
We've got Mum and Son Train Rail fans in saying, hi, Lindsay, and all in chat. Hi, Tammy and Ray.
Hi, Tammy and Ray.
Hello.
Then Mum and Son Train Rail fans say, hi, Panzer. They say, hi, Athel. And they say, hi, David. David Markey says, hello, Tammy and Ray. David Markey also says, hello, Mark. So, hello, David. Mum and Son Train Rail fans say, hi, Ron. And they also say, hi, Mark. So, hi, Tammy and Ray again. David Markey says, hello, Ron.
Hi, Jared.
And then we've got TBG in who says, hi, everyone. Good evening, TBG.
Hi, TBG.
Hey, David. Hi, TBG.
We've got Dave McBeals in who says, good evening, Lindsay, Mark, Ron, Panzer, and all in chat. Good evening, Dave McBeals.
Hey, Dave.
Dave McBeals, check your messenger. I've sent you the link on Facebook Messenger in case you didn't get it from Lindsay if there was any problems. So I have sent you the link through me. Mum and Son Train Rail fans say, hi, Dave Mack. They also, David Markey says, hello, Dave. Mum and Son Train say, hi, TBG. TBG says, hi, Tammy. Athel says, evening, Mark and Ron, Lindsay and daughter. So evening, Athel.
Evening, Athel.
David Markey says, hello, James. Dave McBill says, hi, Mum and Son. Dave McBill says, hi, David. TBG says, hi again to David Markey. Dave McBill says, hi, TBG. TBG says, oh, it's jumped. Hi again at David Markey. Dave McBill says, hi, TBG. TBG says, hi, Dave McBill. Athel says, evening, TBG and David M, Dave Mack and Tammy and Ray. TBG says, hi, Athel. Stephen Hayes models in saying, hi, Lindsay, Mark, Ron and Panzer.
Hi, Stephen.
Hi, Stephen. Dave Matt says, I'm having problems with the computer in the shed for some reason. I need to sort it out tomorrow. Okay, Dave. Stephen Hayes model says, hi to Athel. Dave Matt Build says, hi, Athel. David Markey says, hello, Stephen. Stephen says, hi, David Markey. Stephen Hayes model says, hi, Mum and Son. Athel says, hi, Stephen H. Stephen Haynes says, hi, TBG. Mum and Son say, hi, Stephen. And Stephen Haynes says, hi, at Dave Matt Builds. Whew.
Yeah.
And I can't star it because I'm, yeah. So I know where I am.
Blood, sweat, and all the tears.
Oh, well, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
We've got Mark's Hobbies in who says, hi, Ron, Panzer, and Mark. Evening,
Hi,
Mark's Hobbies.
Hey, Mark's Hobbies.
Yeah. You're getting there.
Pardon?
So you're getting there?
Yeah.
Who's got there?
Well, Stephen Haynes Models says hi at Mark's Hobbies. Athel says hi, Mark's Hobbies. Dave Matt Bill says hi at Stephen Haynes Models. And David Markey says hello, Mark's Hobbies. I am there now.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone been enjoying this lovely weather today?
Not really.
It was nice this morning, then it clouded over and went cold about dinner time, and then it brightened up again.
Yeah. We were cold this morning, but it brightened up quite a bit there this afternoon.
Yeah.
Now that the sun's starting to set, the temperatures are starting to plummet again.
Oh, nothing abnormal in, is it?
Well, the good news is that it's apparently to get warmer for the weekend over the weekend. So.
Yeah, they mentioned that. Yeah, but then again, yeah, we all know what will happen. Not much, really.
Okay, TBG says hi, Stephen. Denmark Bill says hi, Mark. Hobbies. TBG says no, you're not, Mark. I never am. Mark's Hobby says hi, Stephen. Mark's Hobby says hi, Dave. TBG says hi, Mark's Hobbies. Denmark Bill says gone cloudy here. Mark's Hobby says hi, Athel. Mark's Hobby says hi, TBG. And Mark's Hobby says hi, David. Yeah, Lindsay did tell me beforehand he might have to just go off for 10 minutes in the live stream because he had a visitor come in.
Yeah. No problem.
So I'll sit here and do chat until Lindsay comes back.
I know what we'll do. Mark, what are you working on tonight?
What's on the desk? I've got the car from the range. So I did the train, that's finished. And I'm going to do the car next.
Oh, that's
another
good.
£3.29 bargain.
Oh, wow.
What about you, Ron? What's on your bench?
On my bench, I've got a little brickwork called, it's called the Drink Something Cafe, I think it is.
Huh.
Yeah. It's because I'm waiting for my undercoat paint to arrive so I can do some undercoating, but it's not working. Yeah.
Your primers.
Yes.
Another one. Are you waiting on Amazon, Ron?
Yes. I told you, please tell them to deliver it, but you obviously did not hear my message again, Mark.
TBG says, I think Lord Lindsay is on the phone to the conclave. He's hoping to be Pope Dobicus the First.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Bacon to his friends.
Dobicus of Bacon the First.
Yeah. This is a bit of a guessing game for me with this one, yeah, because I've never done something like this before, so yeah. When you kind of like...
And I myself am continuing on with the Magic Factory MRZRD4 light tactical vehicle.
Shall we do the 3 Bs then there?
Okay, Ron, you can start off.
Okay, in my belly I had chicken curry and rice. Beverage was a coffee. Has to be a coffee. I mean, you got to have coffee. And then on my bench I've got the, they call it the sort of drink something brick build. Yeah. So what did you get?
I had a chicken mayo sandwich on granary bread.
All right.
A banana, a jam donut. I have a coffee for beverage, and then we're going to start this car in a bit when Lindsay comes back.
Yeah.
I had a banana.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, just I had a banana. That's it. Our local co-op is a bit empty of wares at the moment due to the IT hack that they had.
Oh yes, yeah, and also the fact being as well, also the what used to be hacked as well. What do they call it?
It was
M&S as well.
Marks and Spencer's, Harrods apparently, and the Co-op.
Oh,
At least the Co-op's in the same league as Harrods, you know.
yeah.
Expensive and pricey.
Yes.
PBG says, if there's smoke, they burnt his bacon. And David Markey says, if there's smoke, Lindsay's the Pope. He's back. Pope
His Reverence,
first.
His Reverence has arrived.
We've got Chorberton Junction in who says, hey, Lindsay and team. And he also says, hi, everyone. Hi, Chorberton.
Hi,
Hey,
Jonathan.
Chorberton.
Okay, is Dave Mack coming in?
He said that he's having problems with his computer in the shed, so he's going to have a look at it tomorrow.
Okay, mate, no worries. Welcome everybody into the chat. Hi, everyone.
I am down to Chorberton at 7:11 p.m. going, hey, everyone. The rest is for you, Lindsay.
Okay, so we've got Dave Mack Builds. It says, hi, CJ. David Market says, hello, Tony. Jordan says, hey, Dave. CJ says, hi, David. Apple says, hey, Tony. Jordan Junction says, hey, Apple. And PBG says, hi, Tony. Yeah,
Hey.
well, best go around the table. Yeah. Okay, so we'll go to Max Mods first.
Okay, so, like I said, this is the car version of the train that I was doing from the range, same price, £3.29. That I'm going to be starting, but I did last night, if nobody saw, on MCC UK, I finished the train.
Wow.
Cool. That looks good.
Yeah,
Looks cool, yeah.
so I finished the tender. This bit comes up, so yeah. Really nice
You can-
detail on it.
You can burn some coal then.
Yeah. No, me, I'll set fire to the thing, and I've glued it as well, so it'll go up in no time. I better not varnish it. So yeah, I'm going to be doing this wooden car.
Okay, thank you very much. That's excuse if you can hear any background talking. Still got a pants cut.
I am continuing on with, a second, just push this into here.
And just remove that off your desk.
Yeah, I just realised what that was. Although it is an old one. I am continuing with the MZRZ, no, the MRZRD4 Ultra Light Tactical All-Terrain Vehicle. As you can see, since we last, this is the where we got to last week. Well, minus this section here, we put all that together. And during the week, I managed to prime the interior in black and glue the front sections on so that it allows me to progress on and do the next section tonight.
Okie dokie. Thank you very much. Okay, so we're going to Ron.
As I'm waiting for my primer to arrive, I'm doing this tonight. It's just called something, drink something. So it's just a little brick build that I can carry on with in the meantime while I'm waiting for my things to arrive.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so me. Right. Okay, me. So I'm going to finish completely doing this tonight. These two are finished. These two, I've just got to finish this one off tonight. Just got to put his arms on and some piping each side. So, and then they'll be finished, and then I can just lacquer them at my leisure, actually. So they will be completely finished, which I'm glad. Because they took a long time. Okay, so yeah, that's what I've been doing. Catch up the chat. Oh, God.
Sounds like it's a busy house at Lindsay's tonight.
Well, I want to lose it, but I can't.
Okay.
Jordan Johnson says, hey, TBG. TBG says, welcome back, Your Eminence. Tin Man says, hi, peoples. TBG says, hi, Tin Man's Model Garage. So we've got Seamus in through my BMW. Just saying, just a quick hello, everyone. Well, welcome in anyway, Seamus.
yeah.
Nice to see
Hey,
you.
Seamus. You Tin Man.
David Markey says hello, Timothy, and Apple says hi, Tin Man. David Markey says hi, Seamus. Dave Buckfield says hi, Tin Man. See my BMW says hi, David. PBG says hi, Seamus. Dave Buckfield says hi, Seamus. Go for it. Painting's also in, and he says hello, welcome in.
I go for it.
He also says hi, James, and he says hi, Seamus, and he says hi, Dave. David Markey says hi, Daniel. So does TBG. He says hi, Daniel. Go for it. Painting says hi, David. Dave Buckfield says hi, go for it. Go for it says hi, Apple. Chorberton says hi, go for it. Apple says hi, go for it. Go for it. Painting says hi, Chorberton. Seamus says hi, TBG. And Apple says hi, Seamus. And Seamus says hi, Daniel. Seamus says hi, Apple. Mark has put the Facebook group in, which is the PPM. So if you'd like to join that, just click on that link and send a request to join. Seamus says, I'm still here, laugh out loud. DS Models is also in. Hello there, Dave. Welcome in. And he says, hi, everyone. Hope you have a great stream.
Hi, Dave.
Stephen Haynes is also in, and he says, hi, Seamus. Apple says, evening, Dave. Chris, DS Models. Stephen Haynes says, hi, go for it. Seamus says, hi, Stephen. Dave Buckbill says, good evening, Sir Dave. Stephen Haynes says hi, Chorberton Junction, and TBG says hi, DS. So that's the. And David Markey also says hi, DS. So that's a chat call for now. So don't forget, rules still apply to the PPM. So if you'd like to no sexual content, no swearing, even though I would like to lose it right now. Yeah.
Well, go the ABC way. You never go wrong then.
Oh, I've got these really, really bad words in my head right now. And I don't want it to touch my lips.
We do.
You'd all sit there with your jaw on the floor, and you'd think, that's not that limited. Okay, Chorberton Junction says hi, Stephen. Seamus says hi, Steve J. Chorberton Junction says hi, Seamus. Yeah, so it's like I said, please be courteous, no sexual content, no swearing, and stuff like that, because in the PPM, if people have clicked onto the link inside the Facebook group, because we always put the link in there as well, so if there's kids watching, because there is kids in the group, and sometimes they watch it with their parents or they watch it by themselves. So, yeah. There we go.
Oh, to be a fly on the wall in Lindsay's house when the live stream ends.
Yeah, definitely.
Seamus says, now, Lindsay, play nice. DBG says, I hope it will be known as Pope's Plastic Modelling. Popes. Well, okay, so I've got 2 spare spaces. If anybody would like to join, I will put the link in the chat. So the offer is there if you want to come in. So I'll just put the link in. So the link is there. So if you want to come and join us, you're quite welcome to. But you must be working on something. So yeah.
So I'm going to ask for a friend, Lindsay. When
Yeah.
people are going to be working on something, is your household working on making you lose your patience?
Yes. Right now, yes. Okay, Mark's Hobby says, I would love to. Well, the link's there. If you want to come in Mark's Hobbies, just press on the link. Okay. People really know how to push my button.
Just one button, yeah.
Oh, yeah, and it only takes one button. Seamus says, right guys, I'm off in a taxi. Is here hitting the pubs tonight. Oh, cool.
Ooh.
You enjoy yourself, Seamus, and you have a couple of pints for me. You enjoy yourself, buddy. Seamus says, push that big button for Lindsay long out. You ever seen a video of a nuclear explosion? That's me.
That's why I would be a fly on the wall after the live stream, Lindsay.
Mm.
Mark. Usually after the live stream, he goes and makes himself a cup of tea. Hopefully he'll forget to mute the mic this time.
Oh, yeah.
Not that I'm in any way instigating anything.
Nah, yeah, we know, Panzer. We know what you like, mate. David Markey says, later, Seamus.
Yeah, last night I ended up spending £219 on a new tumble dryer.
Oh, wow.
The problem is condenser tumble dryers are hard to find secondhand.
Yeah.
And ours has to be a condenser because, we, like I was saying before the stream, we don't have the luxury of the pipe. There's a hole for a pipe.
You're better off with a condenser anyway.
Pardon?
I said you're better off with a condenser dryer anyway.
Well, vented ones are cheaper.
I've got one of those that you stick the pipe out the window.
Well, we did have one of them in the previous house, and then we gave it to Julie's parents, and they originally gave it to us. And it's just a nightmare drying clothes in winter. So cheapest time to buy them is now, while they're not in demand. So
Yeah. Mum and Son says, hi CJ. And Jordan Junction says, hi Seamus. For those I haven't said hello to in the chat, hello everyone. CJ says hi Tammy and Ray, and he also says hi Seamus. I don't know about that.
it always happens, Lindsay, as soon as you hit the live button.
I'll tell you, man, one of these days, I should just end up forgetting myself one day. I'll have to end the stream, delete it, and start again.
Yeah.
On a new channel on a new Facebook page, yeah.
Apple says, best part of living in a skyscraper made of concrete. Floors below send their heating up to me via the cracks, and clothes dry in no time at all. Cool. Mum and Son says, hi, Seamus. JC Bricks and Build is in. Welcome in there, SpongeBob. Then he says, evening, Lindsay, gang, and all in Chatland. Tin Man says, this is so cool. Just connected a Bluetooth keyboard and mouse to my tablet. Cool. Dave Bill says, evening, JC. Mum and Son says, hi, JC. JC says, hi, Dave Mac. Jordan Junction says, hey, JC. JC says, hi, Tammy. He also says, hi, CJ. Mum and Son says, hi, Tim Mac. Okay. TBG says, hi, Dobbin. Dobbin. You think TBG's trying to run me up? JC Bricks and Build says, hi, TBG. Tim Munn says, hi, Mum and Son. JC says, has Ron fully converted to building Lego now? Laugh out loud.
No, just until I get my primer sorted, and then I can go back to my modelling again.
Yeah, he is breaking the PPM rules, actually. Go For It Painting says, hi, Mum and Son. And Go For It says, hi, JC. Go For It says, hi, Tin Man. And JC says, hi, Go For It. Beards is a pensioner, we'll let him off, I think.
Really?
Yeah. Okay, so that one's in the right place. Go on then, up you go. Go on then. Up. Tin Man says, hi, Go For It.
The dog's thinking I better get in his good books.
Before he loses it later.
Tin Man says, I Go For It. TBG says, say 14 Hail Marys and you'll be forgiven, Ron. Stephen Haynes says, hi, JC. Stephen Haynes says, hi, Tin Man. JC Bricks and Bill says, hi, Stephen. Tin Man says, hi, sup, Stephen. Apple says, now, Ron, what you should have said in the reply is you're building a diorama base for the soldiers you are making. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
quite right with that one.
You could have said that.
I could have got away with it then.
Yeah. Got 17 in. That's cool.
That's right.
So, Lindsay, what's in your belly?
Five wheat bits. Washed down with a cup of tea. And you know what's on my bench. I shall have something to eat proper when I finish the stream tonight. Sleep on a full stomach, not very good.
You.
You say that's how you can put on weight, because you're not burning it off as if you were awake.
Put on weight. God, I've stacked this down on in the last few weeks.
We're talking about bacon, Lindsay.
Now I'll just drop that off. Okay, where are you? That's because you mentioned bacon, Mark.
Have you not had your daily fix?
No. I've not had no bacon in a while now, actually. I found it, put my hand straight on it. There we go. It must be over, I don't know, 10 days since I've had any bacon. Got loads in the freezer, just, you know. I shall have a good cry a couple of days before I get put to sleep.
Yeah, that's why. What's that piece of it?
Yeah. JC says that's probably be too big of a scale there, Apple. TBG says, or you building a confessional, Ron. I think Lindsay's family are going to need it.
Let's just say Lindsay's next live stream, there won't be any noise.
Yeah, guaranteed no noise.
JC Bricks and Bill says belly, garlic moves and chips bench. Finished Tanya 120, 112 Nissan 240 ZG and a Warhammer AOS. What's that? Crondice. Some of Grathicone, something. Beverages Pepsi. JC says garlic, yes, not moon. Yeah.
Lindsay, don't ask me the name of things. You know I don't know them.
No, you're as bad as me, Matt. I'm terrible.
It's Warhammer. I can mispronounce them as well as the rest of you.
I'm just going to wait for them to dry off a bit.
Yeah, I'm going to have to wait for them glue bits that I've just done to dry.
Got some good old tet on it. Yeah. Just made my son off work for 2 weeks and not looking forward to that. Mark Thomas says Chinese tea and the new 90 stick. JC Bricks and Bill says this is one of the dragons. Oh, okay. Apple says, and don't ask me unless they are Space Marines or Chaos Marines. Or Space Wolves. Isn't that right, Apple? Space Wolves.
Cool. 16 likes so far.
Nice, nice,
39 views.
nice. That's what we like to see.
You see, if you were to live stream the evisceration of your family, Lindsay, I'm sure you'd get a lot more views.
Oh yeah, yeah, I bet. You get about 1,000 views.
What would it be? Shenanigans at the Shims?
Yeah, something like that. It's something like that, man.
I think only people tune into when Lindsay loses it.
Yeah.
Word flies round Facebook. Lindsay's lost it. The PPM stream. Go watch.
David Marcus says, find him a holiday job, shall we say, in Australia, Lindsay. Yeah. Put him to sleep for a couple of weeks. Apple says, Space Wars come under the banner of the Sixth Legion of Rus, so technically still Space Marines. Well, yeah. TBG says, belly, cheese, salad cream, Sarnie bench, Airfix 148 Avro, Anson, beverage, water, possibly Airfix. TBG says, unleash the Spanish Inquisition on the family, Lindsay, as they won't expect it. You lot like to know. No chance.
The chief weapons of the Spanish Inquisition are terror and the comfy chair. No one expects the comfy chair.
I actually found my paint pot holder. It's been missing for about 2 or 3 weeks. I actually found it today. Right under my nose.
What pot holder?
The paint pot holder.
Oh.
No, not that one, Mark.
I thought he said something completely different. That's why I wasn't going to repeat it.
No, Mark. What you like?
I just noticed something, Lindsay.
What's that?
We need to change some settings on your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Because your live streams are going out under a category of gaming.
Really?
I'm being serious. The category for your live streams is going out as gaming. We need to change the content of your channel to how to and style.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
I didn't know that. If we change it to how to and style, you may get more viewers.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. It's what you... Because you do it through StreamYard, it's going out, it's defaulted to gaming, and we need to change your default category to how to and style.
Okay.
The videos are how-to videos, instruction videos.
Can you do that your end?
Probably after the stream, yes. I wouldn't want to do it during the stream because it might end the stream.
Oh, right. Okay, don't do it.
But yeah, I'm just looking at this now. and yeah, it's going out of gaming.
Oh, wow.
So we need to change it to how to and style, and then it'll go into the how to categories.
I wonder how long that's been like that, then. You think it's been like that since I've had this new computer?
It's probably been that since you set up your YouTube channel.
Wow.
It's defaulted to gaming. I'll have a look after the live stream, but yeah, it's defaulted your live stream under the category of gaming, and clearly this isn't gaming.
Technically, but it could also be how to not murder your family.
Hands up. Shut up.
Yes. Okay. Shutting up.
I'll have a look after the stream, Lindsay, and see if I can change it.
All right, mate. Okay, so let's get into this chart again. We've got Gina's Crafts in. She says, "Good evening to all on panel and in Jatterland."
Hello, Gina.
Hi, Gina.
Welcome in, Gina. Dave McBuild says, "Hi, Gina." TBG says, "Hi, Gina's Crafts." JC Bricks and Build says, "Hi, Gina." Apple says, "Evening, Gina." That's nice. Gina, if you want to come in, let us know in the chat. And I'll drop you a link if you want to come in. Might as well join Mondo and make up. Did you see what I did there, Panzer?
I did. I was going to say she can join us and she can help us wind you up.
Yeah.
See, normally I pick on Ron or Mark, but tonight I'm picking on you, Lindsay.
Yeah. Let's see what you're trying to do here, Panzer.
I know I'm terrible. But Mark's put my link in. Thank you, Mark.
You're welcome.
Mark's
Thanks
hobbies.
there, Mark.
Mark's hobbies. Mark's multis put all the channels in. Gina's Cross says, "On brick building, trying to finish off the X-Wing." Well, if you want to come in, you might as well join Ron.
Because Mark decided not to get my undercoats paint on it, on its way. So yeah, I'll blame Mark for that one.
Not my fault you didn't tip your Amazon guy, Ron.
He wasn't wearing his thingy, was he?
I've heard rumours about this, Ron.
Really?
YouTube is a very small community. It goes round quick.
JC Bricks and Bill said, "Gina, did you get that part replaced?" I managed to get one. Yes, she did. I'll send her the link anyway. Just in case she wants to come in. Do you want to come in as well, JC? Got a notion about all that. Repeating me. Okay. So,
You do what? No, that can't be right.
yeah, no worries, JC. Apple says, Ron, I have stacks of primer in colours, Russian greens, British Railways, red, IDS, sand, and black and whites. Right. Still got 17 in.
Hey, 23. Hey, 23. God, I can still feel my blood pressure up. Hey,
Mum and Son says, hi, Gina.
pretty cool. Locks it all together.
Nobody wants to come and play tonight.
You frightened them away, Lindsay. That's what it is.
Yeah. Not that bad.
Well, not. we do play nice. Most of the time, I have to admit.
Most of the time, I play nice.
See, this is what happens, Lindsay, when you don't have bacon on a regular basis. You become tetchy, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Very much.
So if you don't want it to be tetchy, ladies and gentlemen, feed them bacon.
Well, keeps my sanity just bacon.
Yeah, but you're not allowed to feed your mogwai after midnight.
Oh,
Sorry, I've now got this image of Lindsay as Spike in my head.
I was just about to say, don't feed Lindsay after midnight. We're on the same wavelength there.
Yeah.
Yeah. so I'll wait for bits to dry. So.
Now I've got the theme music going in my head. Na 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 na.
Love that film. Or films.
Yeah, the first one has its moments. One of my favourite sequences is where one of them is on the ceiling fan, and you've got one of them watching it go round and round and round, and you know it's going to be flying off.
I love the old lady on the stair lift.
Yeah. Whee!
I'll be interested what JC would come up with some AI pictures like that. Come on, drive. Yeah, I'll be glad to see the back of these two, mate. That'll be one lot of work in progress finished.
It is in fact the G-square.
I didn't even touch that aircraft carrier this week. Not at all. Here's what's this?
Hello.
Hi, Gina.
Hello, Gina.
Hi, Gina.
Hi, how is everyone?
We're good.
Well,
Yeah.
we're better than Lynn Lindsay is.
I know, so I hear.
We didn't do anything.
We may have been helping push some buttons, but
I think my sister would understand if I said as a person with a initial M.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's enough to make anybody's blood boil, and it's this.
Oh, definitely. That person walks in, I walk out.
Is that the person we saw enter Lindsay's room?
Yes.
somebody clip that, put it on a loop and feed it onto Lindsay's stream.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask it, is that the one with the hairy nips?
No.
Oh, stop it.
Behave. You took that your first warning, Mr. Mons.
Cool.
I thought you was a good boy, Mark.
Oh, I am.
Yeah, it's me, I'm afraid, Gina. My influence of instigating things has rubbed off on poor Mark.
Oh, I see. What are you making, Mark?
I've finished the train. I'm now doing this car. So well, there's two in the set, the train and the car, so I wanted to do the car as well.
That's all right then. Train weren't bad for £3.50, was it?
Maybe.
Well,
But
I
Baby
might-
Cakes is in. Sorry to interrupt you.
Sorry?
Baby Cakes is in, and she says, "Are you talking about me again?" Laughing at Baby Cake says, "Hello, love doctor." Hello there, Baby Cakes. DP says, "Hi everyone." David Marcus says, "Hello, DP." Apple says, "Afternoon, Monica. How's you, babe?" Baby Cake says, "Hi, JC and Alicia." Dave Buckfield says, "Hi, Baby Cake." Sorry to
Hi.
interrupt you.
Hi, Deep Pan.
Deep pan.
No, she wanted a new name for DP. I said Deep Pan for pizza.
I wouldn't let him get away with that, Baby Cakes.
Right.
So you're building the X-Wing then, Junior?
Yeah. I'm just
Have a
putting,
look.
I'm just putting these bits on.
Hang on. Yeah.
They go on the top and on the bottom of the wings.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, they're the engines, aren't they? Oh, wow, look how big that thing is.
I've just got to put some stuff back on the side here because it kept trying to fall off. So
All right. Where are you going to put that, sis?
do you know what? I have no idea. I can't wait for us to get that room done.
Yeah. Cool.
Is that a room at Gina's house or Lindsay's house?
My house.
Ah.
I thought about moving in with Lindsay, but he won't share his craft room.
Baby Cake says, "Hi, Apple. I'm tired." Oh, bless you, Baby Cakes. Baby Cake says, "Hi, Panzer." She also says, "Hi, David."
Right. So this reminds me a little bit of the space shuttle.
I was
Yeah.
going to say that's exactly what it looks like. Back end of the space shuttle.
Hmm. I flipped a bit on the floor at the back of the table. I can't find it now.
I wouldn't worry about it. I dropped something on the floor earlier.
I think that goes in here.
Get away with that stuff to dry now. Now, Dave, come on. He says, "I think I'll go back to the shed, take the sledgehammer to that damn computer."
He's really having technical problems at the moment.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's just replaced one, isn't he?
Mm.
I know what the funny thing is. It's probably a loose connection that he's pulled out when he was repositioning the computer.
Baby Cake says, "Get your work out for the day, Dave."
I wondered why he was missing.
TBG says, "Hi, DP," with Baby Cakes. And yeah, that's all.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Okay, is it that time already, Mark?
Yes, it is 8:01 p.m. in
So
UK.
I hope everyone has got their builds in. We will do one refresh. So if you haven't, quickly do it now in the next 10 minutes. So we'll just do one refresh. Okay, so I'm going to bring up the gallery. So it's time for gallery, guys.
Oh, are you doing it tonight?
No.
Okay, so I'm actually going to say thank you, Panzer, for doing this because you actually put the exact point at where this week starts with
Oh,
your
thank
last night's project on the Magic Factory. So thank you for that, because that was really easy to find.
Yes.
So
Thank you.
first thing tonight is Panzer with last night's project on the Magic Factory MRZRD4.
Yes. That's where the front end was built and put together.
Mm.
Did you give us a
So,
run through it, Panzer?
Very, very tiny work.
Sorry, say again, Lindsay.
Yeah, just give us a run through it with it.
Yeah, it's what I did with that was if you remember from the week before, I hadn't put in the front aspect of it. So I was assembling the front wishbone, the radiator grille, and the part of the roll cage. There's something like 30 odd component parts there. I also added in the floor pan and did the dashboard and the brake pedals and the steering lever on that side. I also added on the box that you can see in the top right hand of the screen. That was added into it as well. That bit there. Yeah, thanks, Mark.
Yeah.
That's what I did last week.
Cool.
Great work.
Yeah. And in between that image and this week's, I primed it black and stuck the front end on. So I shall again post the pictures up in the gallery so that you've got a reference point. I have no idea.
Oh, great. 2 seconds.
Have we got loads of technical hitches tonight?
Don't say that. I don't do technical hitches. All I have to do is scowl at my computer. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you, Panzer. Right, moving on to the next one. This is from Dave Mack, who says, my new build I got a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, that is interesting.
The Horus Heresy.
That's it. You got it.
Yay. So for his diorama.
That's a
So
nice
yeah,
one.
that's going to look nice.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah. Okay, so this is Ron. Work in progress, harbour tugboat, 1/108 scale.
Yeah. Waiting for paint to arrive.
Oh, I bet that's annoying. You're going to have to sand all that down, aren't you? The
Yeah,
letters
yeah.
on it.
Oh yes.
That's going to that'd annoy me.
Anybody else got the Captain Pugwash theme music going through?
You were thinking exactly the same one. Oh dear, Panzer, you stop it.
It was just one of those things that just reminded me of the cartoon. That's very good, Ron.
Done it again. When I click to come off the pictures, it's done it again. What's that all about? Right, hang on. I don't know what it's playing at tonight.
It's
Better,
great work anyway, Ron.
better not keep doing that, or I'm going to have a falling out on my computer.
You have to join Dave with the sledgehammer.
Right, so there we go. Right. Next is Mr. Ken Ramers. So done with the Moebius 65 George Coronet altered wheelbase car.
That's nice. Like that.
Wow.
And there's his playlist. Right, don't do that again. Yeah, it keeps doing it. Every time I come off the photographs, it's going straight back to my main thing.
Yeah.
Well, this is going to be fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hey, Lindsay, somebody else is going to be losing their rag later.
Yeah, they will, won't they?
Right, there we go. This could be a long gallery if I've got to keep doing that. Okay, this is Dita. So this is Project Big Wind 2.0.
Right, that looks like a T-34.
It is indeed.
Yeah.
Recognise that shape anyway. JC says, Mark, open the pics in another tab.
Right.
He'll do that immediately after this one.
That's nice, isn't it?
Sorry, my brain's gone dead of how to open pics in another tab.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
It's a jet engine.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh,
Is that going in the tank?
I was going to say, I think it may be going on the tank. I think this is this thing the Russians designed for fighting fires with.
Oh, wow. Is it fighting it or flaming it?
It's flaming it.
Yeah.
They used the thrust from the engine to either blow water at them or to heat. How does what was it the Russians used? Because they used a jet engine to decontaminate tanks.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
Nice one. Then click it off.
Ah. I will get there. Right, that's one we just seen. Right, nice work, Dieter.
Cool.
Okay, so this is Mr. Ronald Schoon who just says painting time.
Ooh.
Nice. I like that orange.
Yeah.
JC says right click on the pics and open link in new tab.
Ah, right, okay, yeah.
Evening, Carl.
Hi,
Yeah.
Carl.
Hey, Carl.
Hey, Carol.
This is his Land Rover. That looks like British gas blue to me.
It does, doesn't it? It's nice blue though. I like it.
Yeah.
Doing the box art.
Mm.
Just gonna mute
I think I might have
these.
found a way around it, but it keeps me taking me back to the top. Right, hold on.
I've just muted you for a while, Ron. Binge your routing.
Right, so that's what we've just seen. Okay, so Panzers, the completed Churchill Avery. Now off to the paint shop.
Yeah, that's this are the photographs I promised the complete build, and I realised when I got to the photo booth that the model's bigger than the photo booth. So there's the vehicle with the bridge attached, and that's the view from the back of the whole thing. It's about 50 centimeters long.
Right.
It is massive.
Mm.
So. And
It's got a nice wader on the back and all.
Yeah, well, my theory was that we'd do it at D-Day plus 6 or 10, and they still had some of the tanks still had the wading trunks on the back, but they ditched the ones on the sides. Also, it gives me a chance to do one without the part of the side skirt, the part of the track guards.
Okay, so this is Natasha, who says, slowly but surely, I work really slow on things. I'm enjoying it. Well, that's the main thing.
It's going to be a pretty interesting build when she's finished that.
Mm.
Mm.
And there we go. Okay, so move on to the next one when I get to it. Right, that's where I was. Okay, so Mr. Ken Ramers, not really much. He just says, have 3 Moe bus projects, going to try and finish the 61 Pontiac Ventura, starting painting on the 68 Mercury pickup, and started my version of the 65 Nova. Wow.
Cool.
Okay, so that was the link for the Sunday stream.
No. Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, that was the link for the Sunday stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lindsay's builds and Mark's mods.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is Natasha. Not much further. Well, it can't be as bad as me. It took me over a year to make a boat to look for the Titanic. Progress is progress.
Yeah, that magenta really does stand out, doesn't it?
It does, doesn't it?
Brilliant work. It won't be as bad as I keep going through them.
Quick, people are posting in the gallery now.
Yeah.
Don't make me put the cat out. Okay, so this is Ronald Scroon, and this is work in progress. Wow.
Yeah, this is the R500 V8. This one. There was a special edition in the Scania range.
Do you have this one, Lindsay?
I have it more stash actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I got about over 150 truck kits in there. They're really nice builds actually.
Mm.
But they're not for the faint-hearted, you know. These Italiera kits are not for beginners.
Brilliant work.
Yep.
Okay. Scroll down. There we go. Okay, I'll give that a like. Okay, so this is Ken Ramers. Just the one picture. Shot colour on one of my Monogram 30 Model A Phaeton projects. Very nice.
Cool. Nice one.
Okay, this is Ken Ramers. Between Saturday night and Sunday, I finished my version of the Moe Bus 61 Pontiac Ventura.
Nice little stock build that. Some of these kits are really, really old kits that he does.
Mm.
Some of the cars are really old. I mean,
Yeah.
look at the design of that car, the bonnet, the driver section, and the boot. They're all 1/3 of each. You know, a third of the car is the bonnet, a third of the car is the boot, and the other third is the crew compartment.
Mm.
Very nice though.
Yeah, that I like. Okay, so no, I haven't missed anything. So this is Dan Usher, who says, my latest masterpiece, Academy Reeboks of Zavenda's 172 SU-57 Felon, painted with Tamiya acrylics with minor weathering using an ump wash. I think that might be sump wash. I used this splinter scheme as seen in Top Gun Maverick as this rather than what was suggested in the instructions. Kit decals were used throughout, went down really well with the regulation microset stroke sol combination, finished with MTN matte varnish. The kit included both pilot figures and boarding ladder, along with a wide choice of stores. Thanks for looking.
It's nice.
Blimey, look at the stencils.
Mm.
Nice. Must be the pilot.
Yeah.
Cool.
Really nice.
Yeah, latest 10 man. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah. Take care, 10 man.
Okay. Next is Mr. Ken Ramers again. Couple of quick mock-up builds. So, Monogram 30 model of Phaeton and Moibus 68 Mercury pickup from Moibus 65 Nova behind a Model A.
I think that says Mobius.
Moby, I don't know. It wouldn't be the Ppm Stream without me butchering the name of something.
It wouldn't be the Ppm Stream without Lindsay trying to butcher his family.
There we go.
Yeah, nice.
I'm gonna have to get a bigger bucket on the digger.
Find a bigger wood with more trees. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is Dita. Zavenda 172 Topol work in progress, building her in launch configuration.
You think the bridge layer's big?
Who's this done by, Mark?
Sorry?
Who's the builder?
Dita.
Dita.
And there we go.
Nice. Very nice.
This will become less annoying very soon. Okay. There is Geordie Dave's Skyline, issue 75 to 77. And here we have Mr. Ken Ramers, who says shot colour on the old Monogram Yellow Jacket Roadster rebuild. I had thought of painting it yellow, but since it doesn't have all the original parts, on the rebuild, I used what was left of a can of Testers Extreme Lacquer Revin Red Metaflake.
Cool.
That's very red. Brilliant.
There's always something about a red car, isn't there?
My mother won't drive a red car. She says they're dangerous. Red is a sign for danger. Okay, so this next one is Edward Leonard, who says, finished a BBR Models 143 multimedia kit of a 2004 Maserati Grand Sport painted gloss black, then 2K with KP pigments, ZHB Hypershift, added pigment particles are a little large for the tiny model. Thanks for looking. Cheers.
148 scale, that, isn't it?
143rd. It's a die-cast car scale.
Okay, yeah. Oh, look at that.
It's, yeah, that looks beautiful, doesn't it?
Mm.
Now that is top stuff. Top stuff. That is nice. It's really nice. And see how that colour shift comes in, can't you?
Yeah.
And you can see how it's also affected by colours around it.
Definitely. That's interesting. That is. That's nice. I like that.
Yeah, very nice. Somebody said it looks like an Aston Martin.
It does. It does. The later Aston Martin, yeah, on the front.
Yeah.
I was going to cheat. That's it.
Okay, so that's the link for tonight's live stream. Okay, so next is Mr. James Mower, Airfix 172, 72 scale, submarine Spitfire VC painted with MRP and outlaw paints, weathered with oils and powders. This one's for Oz, Pete. That'd be Oz scale modelling. Who sadly is no longer with us.
Yeah. That's nice. Nice one, James. That's really nice.
Yeah, something nice about a Spitfire.
I love what he's done with the base.
I like the stand too.
Yeah, the base stand. That is amazing.
Did that come with the kit, James, or was that aftermarket?
Brilliant work.
That's nice. Obviously, he must still have good eyes to do that stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so this is Edward Leonard. This is here is something from a little way back. It's a what? A vignette of a blown-up, abandoned ATST called back to nature, and she's reclaiming her place. Thanks for looking. Cheer. That is definitely. Wow.
Cool.
Look at the ivy growing up the leg.
He's certainly got some talent talent there, Leonard, if you're watching.
Yeah.
That's nice. I think that deserves a header at some point, I think.
When is the new header competition?
This weekend.
Looks like something at Jurassic Park.
Does, doesn't it, a little bit?
I like that.
Yeah, that is good.
It's definitely.
That gets my vote for header. Brilliant work. Okay, so this is JC, who says the Tamiya 112 Nissan 240 ZG with a Pandam body kit is now complete. Started progress on Crondy's son of, oh my word.
The Dragon.
Right, okay, from the age of Sigma, still not deep in the whole Warhammer hole, but made a few more purchases with the Storm Drake guards and the Ineos of, I can't say that. I give up.
I can't read it, so I can't tell you what it says.
It's too small for me to see as well.
I give up. I think they're doing it now to me every week, just to see how I say it.
As if I would arrange that, Mark, for you.
Oh yeah. I must watch prime time modelling back.
That's nice, JC. It's very unusual with those front fenders coming only 3/4 of the way around. But that looks nice.
The word you're looking for is Ionis.
Right.
That's nice.
Oh, not gone down the Warhammer hole much then.
Oh, no.
At least he can't blame me. That's nice, JC. Well done, mate, on both builds.
Okay, nearly there. Okay, and this is JC again. Shania made a star on one of her little Warhammer figures that she got from the Warhammer store in Peterborough. So far, she's enjoyed building it and only put the first colour on.
Oh, wow. Well
Yeah.
done, Naya. Well done. That's absolutely excellent. Wow.
There we go.
Well done. Well done, Shania.
Okay, give that a like. And then this is Carl Edwards or Carl. My latest bus, thanks to Panzer.
Yeah. I talked him into spending money.
Right.
I'm good at that, you know.
Yeah, I noticed you're good at talking people to spending money, apart from you not spending money.
I may have spent some money last month.
Wow.
I love the wooden plinth it's on.
Yeah, we were talking about it, and he was saying about doing a tartan, and he was saying about these miniatures, and I said, go for it. They're actually quite good and real well detailed. And he decided to jump in and go for it, and this is his result.
That's excellent. Very nice.
Yeah.
Top
There
stuff
we go.
there. Stuff there, Carl. Lovely.
Okay, so I'm at the top. Let's give it a refresh, even though I think it's been refreshing itself all night. Yep, that's it. That's gallery done.
Cool. Thank you very much. Well done, everybody who posted. Thank you. Some brilliant builds there. Okay. So, I've got to read all this chat now, haven't I? Okay. Baby Kate says, hi, TVG. Apple says, Monica, any word from Sarah? Baby Kate says she's been busy with her family, Apple. Carl Scar Modelling says, good evening, all. Hope all are well. Just finished for the night. Want my dinner now.
Hey, Carol.
David Markey says, hello, Carl. Baby Kate says, get the sledgehammer. David Markey says, hello, Michelle. Baby Kate says, hi, Carl and Michelle. Apple says, thank you. Last I heard, she was waiting for her diagnosis. Baby Kate's TBG says, hi, Mr. Claypile. JC Brixtonville says, Mark, yeah, I've already said that earlier. JC Brixtonville says, hey, Carl. Dave McBill says, hi, Carl and Michelle. Carl says, hi, all. Apple says, hi, Carl and Michelle, if awake. JC Brixtonville says, right click on the pics, open the link. Yeah, already said that. Steve Haynes says, hi, DP with baby cakes. Hope you are well. Carl says, yes, Apple, she's awake and cooking tea. Stephen Haynes Model says, hi, Carl. TBG says, black smoke seen, no Pope elected. Ooh. Baby Cake says, hi, Stephen. Baby Cake says, Stephen, I am good but tired. Hope you are doing well yourself. TBG says, see, Lindsay isn't poised enough. Laugh out loud. What are you trying to say? Tin Man says, I'm going to get to painting. See you peoples. Watch out for the carpet monsters. David Markey says, later. TBG says, Lindsay got bacon somehow. Needed to calm me down. TBG says, by Tin Man. JC says, the front end of that Maserati looks like a Martin DB9. Captain Roger Mummer's in. Hello there, Tasha. She says, hi, everyone.
Hey, Tasha.
Hi, Natasha. TBG says, with the kit. Oh, cool. Quano says, hi, all. Baby Cake says, hi, Quano. David Market says, hello, Dan. Quano says, hi, Baby Cakes. He also says, David, have a kissy too. JC Bricks and Bill says, Panzer may be good in getting others to spend their money, but he still doesn't get around in. Laugh out loud.
Well, I will always get around in. Just remember to bring your own straw and your own alcohol to put in the glass.
JC Bricks and Bill says, hey, Dan. Quano says, when Panzer says he spent some money, I think he means he's got a new sugar daddy. Wow. Behave yourself, Quano. David Markey says, excellent work, folks. Quano says, hi, JC. Dave McBill says, hi, Quano. Quano says, hi, Dave. Apple says, hello, Natasha. And that is chat caught up with.
Natasha, just say hello to Dan.
No, Panzer has it good. What he does is he goes, right, I'll get the first round in and then you can buy them for the rest of the night.
You can imagine Panzer standing at the bar, can't you, with his purse, open up his purse. You'll not be having a seal, will you?
No, I bet Panzer's got a little bum bag.
My wallet is safely in my inside jacket pocket. You've got to undo the padlock on the zip, undo the padlock on the second, and undo the padlock on the after you've unpadlocked the chain from the jacket. Yes.
Bill says, hi, Tasha. JC says, Panzer opens his purse and moths come out of it. Laugh out loud.
No, they don't. No moths come out of my purse. They know not to come out.
JC, when he opens it, all he sees is a cloud of dust. Wow.
that glitch is happening on every group on Facebook.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so you click on somebody's post of pictures. I've just done it on a few other different groups. But then as soon as you hit the cross to come out to stop looking, it takes you back to your homepage. So there must be a glitch in the matrix on Facebook at the moment.
There's always a glitch.
Yeah, there was one the other day there. Carol sent me a picture, and I could only view it once. I can't reopen the image to look at it again. You can only open them once, which is rather annoying. Those two there. I'll get that thing in a minute too. Find a bit for that.
Facebook's always got a permanent glitch.
Last time did you say saying okay moth dust then? The last time I opened my wallet to buy things, it cost me 70 quid.
What cost you 70 quid?
Some goodies that I bought for a conversion, aftermarket goodies for a model that I'm doing.
Oh, okay.
The model I'm building on Carol Stream.
Yeah, I didn't see much of that stream today. I had to go.
I got into my room and it just ended. I'm like, ah. But we have to go shopping on a Wednesday.
Somebody's finding something amusing.
Even though I like going really early in the morning, so when it's more quiet.
Yeah.
Funny thing, that's exactly what I do when I come home from work. When I'm on night shift, is I arrive back in Newton Stewart and I'm able to go to Aldi just as they've opened.
I'm going to say, no offense, Gina, but going into Home Bargains at like 9 o'clock in the morning, the staff are happy, it's nice and quiet, and yeah. Oh, she's muted.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not nice and quiet in our store, believe me.
9 o'clock in the morning in our town store, the staff are all happy and laughing, and there's nobody hardly in the store. And yeah, it's the best time to go into Home Bargains in our town.
Right, so that's that one on, and I've got to redo that one again.
If you go in an hour later, say 10 o'clock, then they're literally climbing to the ceiling.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we had queues today and we only had 3 staff on, and people going, can you open another till? Yeah, I would do if we had the staff.
What gets me is when you wait on a queue, you finally get to the conveyor belt and then they open up another till.
Oh,
and the
yeah.
people at the back of the queue who've been waiting the least get to go through. I'm like, well, you could have done that when I was at the back of the queue.
Oh, dear. Let's put this bit on.
But they do that especially for you, Mark.
I mean,
Mark goes there to inspect the shelves, see if there's any dust on them.
no, you'd have a heyday in our store then.
Now, I am 6'1" and I can reach up pretty high, so I can test for dust.
Right, go back and do this side.
There's a thought. I can go to my local co-op tomorrow, see if they've got nothing in it. And if they've got nothing in it, I can put a white glove on and go around testing for dust.
Panzer, why don't you put a white glove on and test your bench?
I think I'm going to have to glue this on.
I'm making a note, Mark, for next week. I'm going to have my white NBC gloves nearby. Do that.
Definitely be able to see if it's, needs a clean.
Do you think Mark's got it in for you today, Panzer?
Yeah, it's okay. I'm making mental notes. Next week, I'll lull him into a false sense of security, then go for the throat.
Yeah, sometimes on a Sunday market our store, there's 18 to 20 people waiting outside for the doors to open.
Blimey.
Why do that? They're off their heads.
I know. It's Sunday morning. We open at 10.
Sometimes it's brilliant in the store we go into because sometimes they'll put the reduced items by the tills. That, you know, like if it's cakes or anything, so they'll reduce them down. And you've still got people haggling the price.
Oh, I know.
Like, I'll give you 50p. And they're like, no, it's £1. I'll give you 50p. And it's like, no, it's £1.
It made me laugh when the box is a bit dirty or something like that. Will you take some off of it? No.
When our local Wilco's closed down, there were some nasty people in there trying to get discounted stuff.
With bigger discounts, yeah.
Mm.
It used to be like that when I worked at Matalan, when I worked Boxing Day. I had to be there at 6 o'clock in the morning when the store opened on Boxing Day.
I stay away from the reduced section. I won't buy anything out of it.
Oh, so you don't go to the reduced section in Warhammer?
No. I
There's
see,
never.
I see what you're trying to do there, Mark.
Mm.
Oh, I don't know. You say that, Lindsay, but we did buy some reduced Warhammer.
Oh, there we go. Force out.
Yeah.
Nice one, Gina.
It was for his birthday.
Nice one, Gina. You see?
You see, James, it's not just your sister that drops you in it.
Sisters, who'd have them?
You'd be nowhere without me. What would you do without me? Huh?
Gina, if it wasn't for Lindsay, you'd have a doll's house.
I would. I'll tell you what, I'm never going to live that down. And I'm nearly 60 years old and I still don't live it down.
What, that Lindsay set fire to your doll's house?
Yeah. They always talk about it.
I'm kind of guessing they had the dinky fire engine with the working fire hose.
But what fire hose? There weren't one. It burned
Was
to the
it?
ground.
I bet it had a bit of lacquer on it. And I bet Lindsay got a clip round the ear hole for that one.
Don't know. I don't know whether he got punished for it or not.
But
Did
you're
you?
not you're not at all bitter in any way, are you?
No, not really.
Gina?
Nah. He knows that. Don't he, Linz?
I certainly do, sis.
You are?
I said I certainly do. I know you forgive me.
Good job I do.
I wanted to see Simon Fireman Sam would come up the driveway.
God, naughty.
Do you know? I've just had a thought. Next time he opens up the stash, You can grab a few and take them out and put them in his front garden and say, "How do you like this?"
Oh yeah, yeah. Like his Star Trek and his Star Wars.
She's got to get past the new instalment first.
I'll do it while you're in the toilet.
Not that I'd put any ideas into Gina's head.
They always say what goes around comes around.
Yeah.
I've just got this image of Gina standing there with her arms on her hips saying, "Yeah, where's Farm and Sam today?" Eh?
He's on strike.
He was too busy taking his seatbelt off.
Couldn't get it off quick enough.
Oh, dear.
Aliens.
Yeah.
Have you actually seen the new Fireman Sam now?
No.
Oh my! Well, they digitalized it, and I'm telling you now, Fireman Sam looks like, yeah.
So is he well buff then?
Well, I'm definitely not going to get this finished tonight. So we'll quickly go around the benches. Get the mark first.
Right, so obviously I've done the gallery, but I've actually got more on this done than I thought. So that is the part of the chassis, and then these are bits of the engine. Again, really detailed really well. Even to the point that you can see just in there, the pistons are actually at different levels.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah. So that's me for tonight.
Cool. Brilliant. Okay, pants up.
Well, I have now fitted the side skirts onto the vehicle and the foot plates. I've also added the bonnet on, and I was just adding a couple of detail parts inside the speedometer and what was the other piece of gold? Oh yeah, the fuel filler cap. So, which is there, which you won't really see, but that's what I've got added on tonight. So it's just a case of a few more small detail parts, a light, and a few other bits and bobs, and then that section will be finished for tonight.
Cool. Brilliant.
That's it.
Gina.
Yeah, I'm having to put the side back on. Hold on a minute, I'll bring it over here so you can see it. Oh, I don't know. So I'll put this side on, and I'll put the front bit on. Put that front bit on there, and I'll put the rest of the engines on. And like these little orange things, I think they're like the guns, aren't they? Just here. There's two on each side. This bit fell off. So I'm going to glue that bit onto the actual thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so it looks quite... Oh, sugar.
You nearly said it.
Another bit has dropped off. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Gina.
Welcome.
Okay, we'll go to Ron.
No, getting there slowly. Starting to put the bits together now for the inside of the axle. You can see that there.
Is that is that your diorama base for your?
Yes, that's right. Yeah. That's the one I decided to do, the diorama base as such.
Cool. All right, Ron.
He's not carving foam. He's actually making this with individual bricks.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I didn't get much done tonight, guys. All I've done is put these arms together, base coated, and put the first coat of gold on, really. So I didn't get them finished tonight. So yeah, disappointed, but never mind. Another time.
What was next week's stream, Lindsay?
Yeah.
Sunday, Lindsay. Oh no, you're working on your chip, aren't you?
Sunday's boat day.
Yep.
Okay, JC Bricks and Build says, okay. Moth dust event. Mark's hobby says, my U96 is looking great.
Yeah, it's really coming together. I've just done 62 and 63, I think, today, and I finished off the non-commissioned officers compartment, and it's really good.
Cool.
And I have up to 78 to build to, so I'm having fun with that one.
Yeah. Okay, so don't forget on Sunday, me, Mark, Mod, we will be back at 2 p.m. on Sunday. I should be carrying on with the HMS Dreadnought 1907. Not sure what Mark will be doing. I'm sure he'll surprise us.
Probably working on that car, but then we might have something in the pipeline, Lindsay, for the future.
Okay, mate. Lovely job. So, Mark Mod, who's got a live stream, is it Saturday or is it Sunday?
So say that again.
You've got your live stream Partworks. When's that?
On Sunday, yeah, 7 p.m.
7 p.m. Yeah. Hans a Cat, you'll see him on prime time or with Carl.
Or tomorrow, I believe, with Terry at Little History at 6 p.m.
Oh, of course, yes, Terry. Yeah, I forgot about him. Yeah, Little History, 6 p.m. tomorrow night. So don't forget, guys, go over and give him a watch. And Ron, I'm sure we'll see him around.
Yeah, sometime.
And also Gina when she comes and joins me. So yeah, it's been a great night. It's been a bit of a laugh, and yeah, I'd like to thank everyone for coming in the chat, and also those in the background watching it, and the people from the PPM. So yeah, not more really much to say, but thank you very, very much. Don't forget to put your thumbs up, guys. Be much appreciated if you can. Even those watching in the background, if you've got a device. I'll quickly read the rest of this chat. Dave McPill says, great stream tonight, guys and gal. Mark Sobby says, thanks, Mark, for getting me into it. DVG said, Lord Dobby might be in his Cossack, hopefully on Sunday. Wow. TVG says, fire all. Don't even go there, Panzer. Don't.
I was just thinking of when you said Cossack instead of cassock. I'm just got this image of a Russian furry hat on your head.
Yeah. Jordan says, nice one, everyone. Take care. See you all around soon. Jordan says, bye for now. Apple says, funny. It's gone all quiet at Lindsay's. It has now. David Marcus says, thank you for a great stream. You're welcome. Carl says, great stream. Take care all. Thank you, Carl. And we'll see you all soon. And yeah, don't forget Carl's live streams.
He's tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, 1 o'clock. So look up Carl and Michelle at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon UK time. So David Markey says, later, folks. Jordan says, hey, Carl, and bye, Carl. So on that note, we'll say goodbye. See you all soon.
Bye.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.
Do, 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 do.